It has been over a year now since I made my first ever game, and it took a lot of time, late nights, messy code and a lot more. What if we can take this game and recreate it in 3D with much better graphics, more fidelity and in just a few days? Stay tuned to see how that went. Hey guys, Blakey here and welcome back to another video. Apologies for the lack of episode last week and the week before. I literally have a lot going on right now, so it is a bit of a messy schedule, but I'm trying my best where I can to provide content. If you want to stay up to date, join the Discord down below where we are coming up to 100 members. Anyway, in the last video, we went into the files of my first ever game and took a look at my old questionable design choices. So today I thought we would recreate that game and make it better with a lot less code. Here is some gameplay of my first game to see what we're working with. The mechanic around this game was many of the platforms were invisible, and you had to use trial and error to remember where each platform was. When making this game, I didn't have much concept of difficulty, as this game was incredibly hard and I don't think anybody ever actually beat it. Yeah, we can one up that I think. So the process was going to be simple, just make the game in a 2.5D style game, and that initially required me to make the character in 3D. Now he's only a cube and I can do that straight in Unity. Gave him a bit of depth with some little eyes, sticking true to the first game, and just placed him on a little platform. Welcome to the world. I am sorry that you're stuck in mine. Anyway, I gave the camera a flat blue background similar to the first game, and right off the bat we have a base playing field to work with. To begin with, adding some flair compared to the first game. I gave him a short little idle animation in which he basically just gets slightly squished. It's just something to give him a little bit of life. Listen, I've got to make this look professional somehow, alright? It was then time to do everybody's favourite script, the player movement. Here you can see me taking the exact same script I use for every 2D game and basically copy and pasting it as it's easy and gets the job done. Laziness 101 kids. As always, we just use the rigid body and send him flying about using boring code stuff. As you can see, it works, but it's quite floaty. We're going to fix this later. Next, it was time to, of course, add the ground check. As I'm doing this in a short amount of time, I'm just going to use collision enter, not a raycast. This is for a number of reasons, but timekeeping is the main one. Now as you can see, we have a little cube who can move, who can jump, who has his own idle animation and can also randomly spin in all axes. Am I going to change that? No. I actually quite like the way he can do that. The only thing he can't do is move position on the Z axes. This means he only moves left and right and can't fall off forwards or backwards. Top quality. I added a few extra cubes and stuff and here we are. He works. Why my recording software chose to drop frames here, I don't know, but I don't care. Let's keep moving. So that was the end of day one. The basics are there and all we got to do is just build on the foundations. Day two began with slightly changing the mechanics of the first game to make it a little easier. My plan was to make it so you can jump on an invisible platform and that platform will actually show up so you can see how big or small the platform is and so on. It will then disappear when you jump off it. This did cause me some issues at first. I'm just an idiot who coded very wrong here. With some fixes, this is the end result. Now that's much better. That was the end of day two. Not a massive amount of progress on day two, but it's honest work. Day three started with me feeling the game did feel quite bland, so I had a cool idea of increasing the field of view ever so slightly when the player jumps on an invisible block, making it feel more meaningful. I clearly done it wrong, as it just made it zoom out very quickly more and more, and yeah. This isn't what I meant, funnily enough. With some fixes, it now looks like the... Whoa, chill. That is too much. Alright, that's better. Much better. I now wanted to spend some time altering the gravity as it was just too much. It felt floaty and annoying. You want your player to feel the weight of gravity. Nobody likes staying in the air for ages at a time, as that is less control for the player. This is much better and really gives him the exaggerated swagger of a... sorry, wrong video. Moving on. On day 4, it was time to add my favourite thing, post-processing. If you didn't know, these make your game look good basically. I'll be needing this if I want to make a good thumbnail for this video, so I definitely will be rinsing these effects. As you can see, I added some bloom, some darkness around the corners, a slight touch of lens distortion and stuff like that. Sounds like a recipe for a great game, am I right? So yeah, swiftly moving on, with these effects the game actually looks much better and more immersive now, and you can already see the difference compared to the first game. At this current moment in time, the levels would be pretty short as the camera stands still, and to improve upon the first game even more, I decided to implement a smooth camera follow. This was done using the function lerp, which I'm getting more familiar with nowadays as it is just so helpful. It's basically a function used to smooth one float to another, in this case the camera's current position to the player's position, and does this with a very slow speed of 0.01, allowing for a nice soft delay. I don't know if soft is the right word, but you get what I mean. Hopefully. And honestly, it looks great and fits with the game very well. One thing I noticed, looking back on it, there is a sense of eeriness I feel with this game that there isn't in the first, and I can't put my finger on it, but it's slightly unnerving. I don't know if it's like the visual effects or something. Thought I'd put that out there and just share my thoughts on that. Anyway, it was now time to add a quick and simple respawn. Now this is initially going to be the same as the first game as it does the job. We just use on trigger enter to load the currently active scene. Nice and simple. Really not much to explain there. But of course if we just left it like this, it would be no different from the first game. So I wanted to add some particles when the player dies. Kind of like my game Balance of Blade. So I got to work mucking about with the particles until I had something I was happy with. Which took longer than you thought it would, honestly. And then jumped back into the respawn script and just emitted particles when the player quote unquote dies. This had some issues. But with some tinkering, I had a brand new outcome which looks great, alongside some more lines of code that disables the mesh of the player and so on. Finally, all I wanted to add was a way to get from level 1 to level 2. As I don't plan on publishing this game, I won't be adding more levels. I pretty much can use the same code as always for this, so this took a solid 5 minutes to get done, and boom, level 1 to level 2 was now possible. And there we go, all of the base art and mechanics that took months for me to figure out, done in 3 to 4 days. I guess this shows that I have made some sort of progress in the past year, and I'm not just a complete coding fraud, yeah? Yeah, no. But there we have it, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am struggling to get content out at the moment, so do let me know what you want to see. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, you know what to do. Lads, I will thank you all very much for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.